Hey friends, consumer attorney Rob Nahoum here. I wanted to drop a quick video to talk about some things you can do in this time of crisis to ease some of the financial burden. While we're all paying attention to our physical well-being, we have to keep in mind that we need to pay equal attention to our financial well-being. It's going to be hard times. Lots of hardworking people are going to lose their jobs or have their hours cut back, and there are things we can do now to give us a softer landing on the other side. So with that in mind, this is just a list of a few things to keep in mind while we're moving through this. Number one is to, wherever possible, cut spending now. Stop spending, build a war chest of cash. You're going to need that cash on the other side of this thing. Number two is if the bills start piling up and you're finding it harder and harder to keep up with the bills, you shouldn't ignore the creditor and you shouldn't ignore the debt collectors. If the phone calls start coming and the debt collection letters start coming, it's better to communicate with them rather than to ignore them. I know sometimes the instinct is just to not answer the call or just throw away the letter. The problem is these debts, they're not fine wines and they're not going to get better with age. The better thing to do is just communicate directly with the debt collectors, be honest with them, tell them the hard circumstances you're living under, and see what they'll do to work with you. The third thing is as those bills do pile up, you're going to hear a lot of appealing advertisements on the radio and on the internet about debt consolidation and debt payment plans. I've been at this debt collection game a long time, and I have not really seen any real debt collection and debt consolidation companies that are a good idea for consumers. In fact, in many cases, they're just outright scams. So these are vultures that are feeding off the carcass of your financial well-being, and just resist the urge to deal with debt consolidation companies. The fourth thing is for federal student loan borrowers. If you are a federal student loan borrower and you are not already on an income-driven repayment plan, you should call your loan servicer and see if you're eligible for an income-driven repayment plan. Under an income-driven repayment plan, your monthly payment will be based on a percentage of your income. If you've lost your job or if you've had your hours scaled back, you can reduce that monthly payment, sometimes even down to zero. So speak with your loan servicer. If you are already in an income-driven repayment plan and you've lost your job or had your hours scaled back, you don't have to wait till the end of your certification year to recertify your availability and eligibility for the income-driven repayment plan. You can recertify at any time, updating on your income, which could get those monthly payments lower. The fifth thing is if you have a mortgage, call your loan servicer. Find out what, if anything, your loan servicer is doing to help borrowers during this time of crisis. You may find that they're willing to enter into forbearances where you wouldn't have to make payments for a given number of months. So call the loan servicer and find out exactly what they're doing for borrowers. And finally, if you have a 401k and you are tight on cash, please resist the urge to cash in that 401k to bridge the gap. It's seldom a good idea to dip into the 401k before the maturity date, given all the taxes and financial penalties associated with it. Try and find other ways to bridge that space. Okay, that's it. Just a few thoughts on what people might be doing during this time of need. Love and light. Good luck to everybody.